Hey everyone, I'm wygowarrior, aka Julie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, WYGO stands for when you get old. I'm super excited. If you watch me, thank you. If you're new, I would love if you would subscribe. I recently uploaded a Catrice Cosmetics haul video. And today I'm going to be doing a try on of everything I picked up. Alright, I'm going to pin my hair up, zoom in, and then let's get started. Alright, the first product I'm going to be using today was the whole purpose of my haul, and that is the Soft Glam Filter Fluid. This is in the shade 010 Fair Light. This is very similar to the e.l.f. dupe of the original Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. It has a big doe foot, just like both. I'm going to just slather it on, grab a brush and blend it in, and let's see how it compares to both of those products. I must say from the get-go, it has a more orangey shade, as does the e.l.f. I guess Charlotte kind of does as well, but e.l.f. is a lot darker than the Charlotte Tilbury. I will say that this one, unlike either of those, smells like, I don't want to say Play-Doh, but it definitely has a scent of what the ingredients are. I mainly smell it just shoving the brush in my nose, which I don't recommend, but you can smell it when you first apply it, but it doesn't linger, or you don't smell it, after it's been sitting on your face. But I did want to point out, there is a scent. Alright, let's take a look. That is giving a beautiful soft glow. Alright, I did not pick up a foundation in the haul because I already own a couple. Today I'm going to be using the Clean ID Hydro BB Cream. I know the other foundation from Catrice I did not care for. I think it's intended for people with oily or combo skin, and I have super dry skin. But let's see how this product does, and apologies in advance if I already have a review video and just my memory's bad, because let's face it, I'm not a spring chicken and do a lot of content, so I really don't remember everything I've filmed. But so far, the one little swipe, first off, that is a really good shade match. By the way, this is in the shade 010 Light. I've noticed, at least for me, many of the shades that I selected because they look like the best shade match came in 010, or I guess 010 or 10, I don't know how they call it. But yeah, so let's get this mixed in, pressed in, blended into my skin. And then we will move on to contour bronzer, which I hit pan on my favorite from a different brand. So I'm really excited to see how well the one from Catrice works out, because it's very reasonably priced. But before I apply contour bronzer, I guess we should finish up with complexion products. I was so excited I almost forgot to apply concealer. But before concealer, I am going to use this under eye brightener. I've been using this a lot lately. I don't know if you can pick up, but there's a little dent in there. And this is in, yet again, 010, but this is light rose. I literally just take my ring finger, swirl it around, and just tap it in underneath my eyes. It doesn't provide coverage per se, but it does help neutralize the dark circles. And I go over top with a concealer. However, if you're just gonna run to the grocery store, or I don't know, you don't need makeup but you want to cover up what's underneath your eyes, just using that product alone does a little something. Alright, the concealer I'm going to be using today is called True Skin. This is in the shade 001 Neutral Swan, and when I did my unboxing I swatched it and it seemed a bit too light, but it's all I have as far as concealer goes, so we're gonna go with it, but I just have a feeling it's gonna be too light. also don't know how much to use because I've never used it before. So hopefully that isn't too much. I'm going to just press it in with my finger. And if necessary, I'll take a damp sponge and get it blended. I've been using my finger a lot more because I find it helps with creasing. That didn't come out right. I find it prevents or just presses product into my skin, or maybe it's a specific concealer I'm using. Anyways, I'm just gonna use the warmth of my finger, and then if necessary later I may go in with a sponge, but I don't think I'm going to. All right, now I can try the contour product. This here is called the Magic Shaper. One end is contour bronzer and the other end is highlighter. I'm gonna see if this works like the one from NYX that I love, where I can just simply draw it straight on my skin and blend it out with a sponge. I'm gonna use a dry sponge to see how that works, because with my NYX it works great. And if not, I will grab a damp sponge. All right, it kind of, I don't want to say blended away, but it kind of blended. I can see it in real life very subtly, but with my bright lights. So let's go in with a second set of swipes and see how it builds. I'm also going to draw it a little wider than I might normally do, and hopefully I won't regret doing that. That looks crazy, but once you blend it in, it will be fine. Let me know what your favorite contour bronzer is, and do you like the type that come in stick form? Or do you have the time and energy to grab something in a compact and grab a brush? I wish I did. On the weekends it's fine, but I have to get up at the crack of dawn to go into the office now, and ugh, it's all about saving time. I also have a friend in town, and I just caught my eye. Let's see how this concealer does at hiding like a blemish, although it's like 3 shades lighter than the foundation. So just gonna let that dry down and we'll blend a little later. We'll just pretend that wasn't even on my face. All right, next we're gonna be applying blush. This here is the Cheek Lover, and I have it in the shade, can you guess? 010 Dahlia Blossom. It has a beautiful kind of marbling, and it's giving me hourglass vibes. So there it is swirled. So let's try not to go too ham. Just a little tippity tap. And I feel like I've already gone ham, so that's okay. Nothing we can't fix with a little blending. That is looking beautiful. All right, let's move back to that contour stick product, because the other side is a highlighter. And I'm very curious how this is gonna work. I also don't think I should draw it directly on my cheek because I may regret that. How can I apply this? Let's find a brush and then just try a little swirl on to the actual stick and a little tapping motion. Did that do anything? I don't know. Sometimes with these lights and then I look in my mirror, I can't quite see. And then I'm in editing going, good God, what did you do or not do? So hopefully I'll be able to tell. I don't know that the brush is picking up. I, again, may regret this, but I'm going to come in and just draw it directly. There we go. Now I can see a little better on my skin. And then I will go in with a damp sponge this time and just kind of press that in. All right, hopefully it's not like a big stripe, but I can actually see it on my cheeks better. All right, let's move on to the eye look. I picked up this palette here, which is called the Electric Rose eyeshadow palette. It is very soft, very neutral with some subtle pinks. All right, I went ahead and swatched the palette The two lightest shades are very, very light and probably won't pick up much with my bright lights. Here are the medium shades. The top row, by the way, are the matte shades, and here are the 3 shimmer shades. I'm going to start with this middle light shade, which is very, very, very soft, peachy pink. And I'm just going to get that all over the lid. This is a little powdery. That doesn't bother me, but just wanted to give a heads up that you might want to tap it out. I'm going to rub in the concealer and then just get this all over the lid in order to kind of set that concealer down. I have very dry skin, so I don't use powder, but I will go in on my eyelids when doing an eye look and just take a very soft neutral shade that's close to my skin tone and just get it all pressed in so that any concealer or oils I may have on my lid, which aren't many, it's mainly the concealer, and just get that all set down. All right, I'm just going to take that same brush and go into this really soft kind of taupey brown and get that in the crease. That's really pretty. It's soft, light, neutral. So if you're into bright colors, not so much, but actually had more pigment payoff than I originally thought. Because when you see it in the pan, it looks very, very, very light. But it gave a nice, good transition shade to apply in the crease. And I like the tone. It's not super cool. It's not super warm. I love a good neutral shade. And to me, it's a good neutral. That actually is my perfect kind of contour bronzer shade. All right, now I'm going to just squeeze this same brush and whatever remains, get that kind of taupey brown underneath my lash line. And then I'll go in Lazy Girl style, same brush, and we'll go into this deepest shade here. And ooh, that's a nice chocolatey brown. And I'm just gonna get it on the outermost edge. Just use it to define my eyes. I'm gonna, again, whatever remains, get that on the outer corner here. And honestly, if I was going to work, I would just stop. But I'm filming, so let's grab a different brush and go into this pink shade. That is a beautiful kind of rose pink. I'm just gonna get a little kind of right on the outer third, but not over that dark shade. And just kind of blend it in. Actually, I'll just pull it across the whole lid there. That way the shimmer has some pinks underneath it to pull through. Speaking of shimmers, which shimmer? Honestly, when it came to the swatches, I liked this outer one, which in the pan is this one. It looks kind of brown, but on my skin it looks kind of, what's that, rose gold? I don't know. We're going with it. That's what she looks like right there. I'm just gonna press it on. Okay, it is a little more brown on the lids than it was on my hand, which is fine. Beautiful, but I think I'm gonna go into the lighter one. Oh, you know what I can do? I'm gonna see if the highlighter that came on the contour stick, how that would look in the inner corner of my eyes. And like on my brow bone, let's see if we don't regret doing this. All right, I'm just gonna scrape a little, scoop a little, scoop. Brush, that's a better verb. And let's see, let's start with the brow bone maybe. Can we even see that? Not really. Okay, abort. That's probably why I don't use those highlighters on the contour sticks. Let's now instead go into the lightest shimmer shade, which probably makes a little more sense to begin with. And get some on the inner corner. There we go. And yes, much, much better as far as what goes on the brow bone. And it's very subtle in the inner corner. Okay, and I'm just gonna take a big fluffy clean brush and just get this all blended so I don't look like a clown. Am I happy with that? Yes, I am. Is it the most spectacular eye look? No, but I knew that going in because it is a soft, neutral, rosy palette, which is right up my alley. All right, apologies in advance. Normally I pop off camera to do my eyeliner, but since I picked up eyeliners in this haul, I'll be applying them on camera. I also realized I need to do a little touch-up cleanup right here because it went down a little low. And since I did that, I'm going to need to touch up with concealer. And speaking of concealer, so that concealer did cover my red friend here, but it's kind of a little white patch because it's such a light shade. So I'm just going to grab a little more of the foundation, I guess it's a BB cream, put a little on my finger here, like the tiniest amount, and I'm going to just dab a little here so that the white doesn't stick through, and then just take whatever's left, put a little there, grab the sponge or brush I used, and just kind of like this. Yay! Tips and tricks for how to fix little situations. Let me press into. That doesn't hurt. All right, now we can move on to eyeliner. So this here is the 20-hour Ultra Precision Gel Eye Pencil, and it says it's waterproof. It has a roll-up, so you don't have to sharpen it. Now, the problem with these is it's super tiny. It's probably meant more to go on the outside of your eyes, but I'm going to use it in my waterline. And let's hope that this is my holy grail, where it's going to stay up top and not transfer down. Wouldn't that be amazing? Because this, I want to say, was only $5. So if the holy grail is super affordable, that's even better. All right, let's move on to the liquid liner. That looks like this. It is called Calligraph Pro Precise Matte Liner. It is a felt tip. Let me do a swatch. All right, it's nice and black and hopefully will not feather or run or do anything crazy. I'm just gonna lay this on top. This is how I always apply, and just kind of drag it along. Hopefully it will work itself out, and yeah, so far so good. Question is, am I even? I think so. It's so hard when you look in the mirror like this, but then in editing, it's like I'll notice every little thing I could have done better. Okay, it is lip product time. I have two. This first one is a lip oil. This is the Glossin Glow, and I have it in the shade, of course, 010. Keep it juicy. Now, when I did the unboxing, I did a swatch, and at first it comes out clear. By the way, it has a nice big fat doe foot. It smells so good, like fruity, I don't know, maybe strawberry. When you first apply it, you're like, where is it? Now, I'm going to let it sit there for a second because at the end of the video, I caught a glimpse of it, and I think it's one that will eventually, I don't want to say call it a pH balance, but it does tend to darken. All right, so it's starting to do that right now, just a little. I mean, it's still a soft pink, but when you first apply it, it's like nothing, and then it's going to get a little darker. So let's see how much it's going to stain my lips. Some people like that, some people don't. It's not sticky. It feels a little thick, not super thick, but I would say on par with the CoverGirl Yummy Gloss, the viscosity. Oh yeah, it's already darkening up. Can you see it on the back of my hand? I can see it in real life, but my lips look darker considering on the back of my hand, not so much. A lot of you would love that. I don't like my lips super dark, but that's where this next product will come in handy. And I kind of put these on reverse, but I wanted to be able to see this shade, and I'll probably apply it on top of this bullet lipstick here. This here is the Shine Bomb and Shut Up. It's also in the shade 010, Everyday Favorite. Trust me, I didn't on purpose do that, but I just must be their 010 customer. That is what this shade looks like. It looks like a very, very soft taupey brown. Online, it looked more like a soft pink. Whatever. I own it. I've already swatched it. Ooh, now look at my lips. So that lip oil does, I don't want to call it pH balancing, but it does go from a clear to deepen up. I do notice it on the back of my hand. So don't know what that's going to do with sharing what this color looks like. Actually, let me swatch it first. Can you even see it? Probably not. It's right there. It's very soft and subtle, but let's see what it looks like on my lips. I'm making the face because I think that lip oil is kind of domineering everything. So let me try to remove that. Apply the lipstick so we can hopefully see what that shade looks like. And then I will top it with the lip oil again. Alright, let's clean the lip oil off and see if we can actually see what this lip shade looks like. Okay, there we go. Yes, you aren't having a stroke or not seeing what you think. It is a very soft, light shade, which I know you're probably not going to like. I love shades like this. This is perfect for me to wear every day in the office at work. I've been wanting a bullet so I can just quickly put something on to get moisture, but that isn't super bright and colorful. But let's apply the lip oil back on top and see what that does. It's definitely going to give a shine and bring back some pink. Honestly, I think that looks better, this lip oil on top of that lipstick. All right, let me fix my hair, unzoom, and then I will reveal the final look. All right, here is the final look. I think I got some really good products. Let's start with the BB cream. This is good and a really good shade match for me. The concealer, on the other hand, no, I am not 001 Neutral Swan at all. This is way too light and way too drying on my skin. I think a lot of you would love this. Like, it's reminding me a lot of the e.l.f. concealer, the Tarte Shape Tape, which a lot of people love. Those don't work on me because I have such dry skin. But if you like those other brands I mentioned, those products, it's giving me those vibes. It's good as far as, covering, just not for my under eyes. The contour stick is good, it's decent. Do I like the NYX one better? Yes. Will I still use this? Yes. I had higher hopes for that highlighter because when I swatched it, it looked really good. Maybe it's better on dry skin than on top of like foundation. It just kind of slid and didn't do much. I don't know. The Soft Glam primer, other than the scent, which not the best, but I don't smell it now. I did a good job of making my skin look dewy and glowy. Speaking of dewy and glowy, this blush I think is really nice. If you like I said, a nice sheen, and look at the size of this compared to other drugstore brands like e.l.f. Hello, you get a lot of product. Sadly, the gel eyeliner is transferring down, not horribly, but it is transferring down. But just about every other product does the same, and I've had much worse. I think the liquid liner is fantastic, specifically for only $5. The eyeshadow, I think, is fantastic. It's only $6. You get 8 pans. Compared to the e.l.f. where, what do you get, 3 or 4 little tiny pans for $3? At twice the price, $6, you get a lot more product. And if you find a color story you like, I would definitely say pick it up. The eye brightener, I love using this. Don't judge it with this concealer, but it works really well. The lip products, I think once I switch the order, so if you only like lip oils, I think lip oil's good. Just apply it. Don't try to apply a bullet on top of the lip oil. No. Apply the bullet and then put the lip oil on top as if it were a lip gloss. That ended up with a much better look, in my opinion. And if you like a nice pink, this one's for you. It's not quite my soft pink, but I'm sure many of you would love this shade. Let me know what you think about products from Catrice. Do you own anything? Have you been eyeing anything? I'm curious to know what you have used and enjoyed. Also, let me know if there's something really good from Catrice that I have yet to discover. All right, I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so by now, I would love if you would subscribe. For those who have, thank you so much. Remember to click that bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. And if you could do me a big favor, clicking the thumbs up, it really does help my channel to grow. All right, thanks everyone.